You're looking here at a 2002 Yamaha ROADSTAR 1602cc 98 cubic inch displacement engine on this Softail model, custom Softail, made by the Star division, or the equivalent to the Harley CVO division or custom division. And it was the largest production motorcycle in the world in the year 2002. Yes, it was much larger than the Harley Twin Cam 88. This is a 1602cc engine. It too is a air-cooled engine, but it was the largest engine in that year. Now we're going to show you some of the basic differences between this engine and the Harley Twin Cam, and of course you can make up your own mind as to which is the better of the two engines, but I can speak from experience having had both Harley-Davidson and this Yamaha ROADSTAR. And I can tell you that this particular engine, even though it's air-cooled, runs extremely cool. And I'm down here in Texas, in South Texas, where temperatures in the summertime can exceed 100 degrees very easily. And that's just the ambient temperature. So you can just well imagine the heat that's generated by these air-cooled motorcycle engines. Now this too is a V-twin that's push-rod activated. It's got 4 push rods that activate the valves. Now the big difference between the interior structure of this engine and the Harley, say Fat Boy or Road King or any of the Softail models of that year, is the fact that this too has 2 cams to operate the push rods, which in turn activate the valves. But the Harley Twin Cam comes with only 2 valves per cylinder, as opposed to the Yamaha Star model here, the ROADSTAR, which comes with 4 valves per cylinder. Now, in the year 2017, Harley introduced a single cam engine called the Milwaukee 8, the M8, and it will go back to a single cam configuration, and they will have 4 valves per cylinder, which this machine had back in '02, so it's decades old technology, you might say. Another difference between this one and the Twin Cam 88 is the fact that the Twin Cam 88 only had 1 spark plug per cylinder on their Twin Cam 88 models, or any model, irrespective of displacement, cubic inch displacement. Whereas this engine has 2 spark plugs per cylinder, so you're going to get a much more efficient firing of the fuel-to-air mixture, which is going to produce more horsepower and more torque. And torque is the name of the game in heavy cruisers such as this one. And so, just to show you the difference, the 2 cams that are found in this particular machine are located on this side, the right side, same side as the Harley-Davidson side, but the cams on this machine are operated strictly by metal gears. Now, Harley used to produce a single cam shovel head, pan head, and Evolution engines, which were all single cam machines that did have metal gears to operate the single cam. The twin cam Harleys operate on chains. Now, chain drives haven't been used in a long time on automobiles, folks, because that's old technology. And so Harley, though, decided it was in their best interest to go to a roller chain drive, and you have 2 of them on this side, one that's inside the cam plate next to the bearings, and then one that's outside. And the interesting thing about the Twin Cam 88 is the fact that they have 2 small plastic cam chain tensioners which rub against the roller or silent chain, depending on the year model that you buy, and they wear out. It's a wear out item. Now, failure to inspect and replace these tensioners on the Harley-Davidson twin cams will crater your engine. They will self-destruct, because as the small cam chain pad wears out, it breaks apart and will clog the plastic pieces can very easily clog up the oil passages, and of course they'll also go into the crankcase and into your cylinders, and then you now have metal-to-metal contact. The tensioner itself will be rubbing up against the metal chain. So you don't have that problem with this particular machine because it's operated strictly with metal gears. So that's another thing you need to look out for in terms of the differences between both of these air-cooled machines. Now, another thing is on the Harley-Davidson, the primary drive, which is on the left side, which has your output shaft, which is coming out this way from the crankshaft, and And the primary drive, that drive is operated with a chain as well, and it also has a plastic tensioner that can be either manually adjusted or sometimes they're automatically adjusted, depending on the year model that you purchase. But not so with this machine. This is gear drive. Gear drive on both sides, both on the primary output side and on the gear drive on the cam operation. So there's no chains or anything like that in the operation of the cams or in transmitting the power from the engine to the rear wheel. Now both these models, that is the Fat Boys and the Soft Tails and whatever, they also have a belt drive for final drive that connects to the rear tire, and that's a good thing. They tend to last quite a bit. And so this machine also has a belt drive for final drive. But we wanted to just kind of share with you some of the basic differences between the Harley twin cam engines and this particular ROADSTAR, which is manufactured by Yamaha. And again, everybody has their own preferences, so whatever you like to ride is fine, but you need to know the difference in terms of the actual engine, because a lot of folks don't know what they're actually buying or what is inside their engine. And I'm glad that this doesn't have any plastic parts to operate the cams, as opposed to Harley-Davidson, which went away from the metal gear drive on their single cam machines that were produced, particularly between 84 and 98 with the Evolution, which is a very good engine. It was a 1340cc engine, very reliable, very dependable. Now another thing on the ROADSTAR is this has a heavy-duty 45-pound auto-style crankshaft, and it also has the connecting rods which operate the pistons. It's a two-piece automotive-style connecting rod, so it's very heavy duty as opposed to the Harley twin cams, which are a single piece lightweight connecting rods, and their crankshafts are pressed together. They're not bolted together like their older model single cam engines, the Evolution, Panhead, and Shovelheads, which did have a bolt and nut arrangement to torque down both sides. So you have to be careful. They have been known on the Harleys to twist out of true and start wobbling. That is, the output shaft and the pinion shaft will start wobbling, and eventually you'll crater your engine, no doubt about it. And it happens on a hit or miss basis simply because Harley has chose to simply press them together, that is the two halves of the crankshaft, left side and the right side, with a 400-ton press, and there's nothing holding them together as opposed to this particular heavy-duty crankshaft. By the way, Harley went to a rubber-mounted engine in their frame, which is good, but it's to reduce vibration on their bikes. Now this engine doesn't use rubber mounting, and it doesn't need to, because it provides a very minimal, non-discomforting type of vibration. So it doesn't produce the same type of vibration that Harley is well known for in terms of the actual engine themselves. So this is direct mounted into the frame, and I have no problems. I've got 85,000 plus original miles and never had to even take the rocker boxes off this thing yet. Very reliable, very dependable. And so just wanted to share with you some of the differences between the Harley twin cams and the Yamaha twin cams. You're going to have 2 valves per cylinder on Harleys. You're going to have 4 valves per cylinders on this Yamaha ROADSTAR. You're going to have 1 spark plug per cylinder on Harley twin cams. You're going to have 2 spark plugs per cylinders on this Yamaha ROADSTAR, or its equivalent in Europe would be the WildStar. So we hope that this video has been instructional and helpful to you in terms of just seeing what the differences are between motorcycle manufacturers. Whatever it is you're riding, enjoy it. We hope you have a great time on the open road.